Hi, it's Adair Palmer here, and I'm live in the group 747, creating massive engagement and organic reach on your business page. Day 3, yeah, we've made it through to the 3rd day. It sort of feels like with the engagement that we've had in the group and the things that are going on, that well, I'm just going to turn this off. There's a video going in the background and it's a bit distracting. I'm me watching me, which is a bit odd, but it's been really awesome seeing the engagement in the group and seeing the people jump on live and just being here helping and supporting each other, and I'm really getting a huge buzz out of it. And I am finding so Steve, hey Henry, how are you? I'm calling you Henry, but I know you're Steve, but your Facebook name is Henry, so people know who you are. So it has been really awesome. Hey Hippione, and yeah, hi Anamanda, I see you're watching as well. That's fantastic. I see that there's a few more people on, but I don't know who you are. If you wanted to have a shout out, let me know that you're here. That looks like Steve Momans, thumbs up there. So hello to you, and Stuart and Linda are here as well. Hello, hi Linda, and hey, back to Steve. Okay, so well, it's been a bit of an eclectic mix. I haven't been it's been really interesting ride for me. I had a very clear path of what I wanted to share with you this week and how I wanted to share it. And luckily I'm flexible because it's turned out nothing like I've anticipated. There's some baseline stuff that I know I want to get across, and I know what that you guys need to know and want to know. But I've had... Oh, okay, Nikki, no worries. I'll just say before you go, Nikki, I just want to give you a shout out. Thank you so much for posting in your group and in the group what you did about going into your about section and updating it based on what you did for the with the marketing persona. That is excellent. That is exactly what I think should happen, and being accountable, holding yourself accountable and actually posting it back in the group was fantastic. Kudos to you. Now go and enjoy your daughter's umpiring training, and yeah, hook back in after when you can. The video will be uploaded in the group, and but thank you for doing that. And on that note, it actually did remind me that, and I have a note here to say something about it, about accountability, because we can spend time doing this. I can give you information, but if we don't actually hold ourselves accountable for doing what we learn and implementing it and taking consistent action, even if they're just tiny steps, then your time and your money here is wasted. And that's the last thing I want, because I got such a huge buzz when I saw like Samantha's post saying that she had got an international client as a result of learning some stuff from me and implementing it. And I'm thinking, wow, that's what it's about for me. It's just really going, it just makes me feel so good. So just share the stories, share what you've done, share them back into the group, and it's a way of holding yourself accountable for actually getting things done, because it's when you do that, it really does make you step up to the plate and do what you probably would put off. But you're here for a reason. You're here because you want to learn how to grow engagement and organic reach on your page. Sitting here and listening, watching me or listening to me isn't actually going to do it. If you take action, implement the things, be accountable, and post back in the group. So good work, Nikki. Thank you so much for starting that. Now, I think if we can do that, I'd be more than happy for people to post back into the group things that they've done, and also that asking other people to check it out was brilliant too, because I just think the support that people are giving each other in the group here is fantastic as well. Now, I had some things that I wanted to... Hillary, hi, you're here and you're loving this. That's great. I see my connection's weak, and I'm not quite sure because our internet has we've recently upgraded to Vivid Wireless, and so we've got wireless internet, like it's not NBN, not broadband. So, but I don't know why it's just coming in and out like that. But I apologise for that. You could probably hear me okay, even if I'm a little bit pixelated. So I just wanted to, if you have any questions, put them in down here. It's great to see you saying hi and coming on board, but just, yeah, pop your questions down in the comments box. I've got a couple from today that I've answered, but I think I'll probably go back over because some of you may not have seen them, and it's going to be useful information because it's been quite a busy day on Facebook actually. Now the first one, there was one I actually wanted to address from last night or the night before, where, and I'm pretty sure it's Marlene, I haven't gone back, and now this is where it's really useful if we put it in. Like, she didn't put Q&A because it was a live post, so live feed. Probably Marlene wanted some detail on when to post and what sort of scheduling to do. So, well, I just want to let you know that if you want some detail on that, Linda's been busy off Facebook too. Yes. Yes, I've just managed to squeeze in a hypnotherapy client as well today. So so it really is an interesting life for me, I tell you. So the Mandy's been busy getting notifications at work all day. It's stuff is happening. I was saying that Marlene, I think it was Marlene, asked, or it might have even been you, Mandy, about the when to schedule, and I did upload the Content Monster blog that I'd written some time ago. I included also a link to that in the email that you would have received this morning, and that at the bottom of that actually has some stats from BuzzSumo, which talks about when the best time to post is. Now that was just a very, very surface view, because it was basically the saying you can do this posting on the weekends, or when there's less posts in the news feed for competition, is when you've got more chance of getting engagement. So weekends, because we're business owners here, the idea is, and their research has shown, that if you put a post up on the weekend, then there are less businesses competing for that same newsfeed space. So that's a suggestion from BuzzSumo. And as always, I said in the Content Monster blog, don't, and BuzzSumo say this too, don't take their word for it. This is an aggregated data that they've collected. Your target could be quite different, so there's always this disclaimer: it isn't art, not a science. So play with it a bit and find out what works for you, and mix it up a bit. So, and I think I said in the blog as well, you don't have to sit up till 3 in the morning just to make sure that you get a post out when nobody else is posting. You can pre-schedule them using Facebook native scheduler. Now, if anybody wants to have a little preview on how to use the scheduler, everybody knows how to do that using the scheduler, because you can, there's schedulers that you can use. We'll talk a little bit more about that tomorrow, but it's really the native scheduler, if you know how to use that. If you don't, I'm happy to give you a little bit of a tutorial now. So yes, I'm getting thumbs up. Is that because yes, you want me to show you how to use the scheduler? If I don't get, yeah, no, okay, that's if you all know how to do it, well, I won't waste your time showing you that. Okay, Hillary, you don't know how to use the scheduler. In a nutshell, for you, Hillary, we'll just go to, I'll turn it around and I'll show you. It is so easy. The only post the night before and set it to post while you're at work. Okay, yeah, Shane uses Meet Edgar. That's brilliant. And there's also schedulers called Buffer and Hootsuite and numerous other ones. So if you want to schedule, you just go to write your post, native scheduling to Facebook from your page. Shane, I know you post in your group, and that's a bit different because your group is a captive audience where the page is open and it's accessible to everybody. Then if you're scheduling using Hootsuite or Buffer or MeetEdgar, then it's not likely to get, if you use a third-party app, it's not likely to get as much airtime as what you would if you post natively to Facebook. So Facebook like this. So Hillary, this one's for you. You can use schedule here. So you just go to put your post in, and instead of publishing, click the little down arrow here, and click on schedule, and then you can pick your time that you want to schedule and the date that you want to schedule. Okay, so that's using the scheduler. That's using the native scheduler. So I would suggest, if you are posting to your page, because yes, Shane, you're correct. Facebook prefer the native scheduling for posting to pages. And I think MeetEdgar is great for groups. Like I said, they're a captive audience, but posting to pages where it's out of your control unless you boost it. Who sees it? Native scheduling is best. And Shane, while you're here, actually, I had some Q&A from you and Helen that I did sort of answer, but can address it again. Linda, interesting to learn that about Buffer. Yes, it is. Any third-party apps, anything that takes you out of Facebook, Facebook doesn't like. So it will tolerate it, but if you want to put like videos on Facebook, you must post native to Facebook. If you put YouTube links, no one is, like, Facebook's not going to show anyone because Facebook wants to keep people on Facebook. Yep, no worries, Shane. I'm full of good tips. Hello to Mercedes. Great to see you here. Okay, so I'm just having a look at the questions. Now, Shane, you've asked for a summary of steps and bullet points that would accompany the videos and posts. Yes, you watched my video today and added in the actionable summary based on content and post types. That is fantastic. Thank you so much. I actually couldn't find it, and I'm going back and going, where is it? So it's actually in the body of the video post. Yes, thank you, Shane, for that. That was awesome. And I will, when it's appropriate and relevant, I can do that as well. So that was a great tip. And also, Shane, you challenged me to go to a level of detail that that is quite actually challenging for the way I think as a conceptual thinker. So it's good for my development as well. So I think what I'll be doing tonight, what I'll be showing you tonight, will probably be something that I can use your suggestion on. So actually documenting it, doing the step-by-step like you suggested. So we'll do. Helen, you asked, if you said you're behind in post, we're trying to catch up. You had a question about the health check. Now, do you suggesting that we put a call to action in the cover photo and also say what problem we're solving? So yeah, Shane, I knew when I saw that, I thought, oh my God, there's my challenge. Well, I'm up for it. And thank you. And so, yeah, so Helen, when you're saying call to action in your cover photo, now I'm trying to answer this, and Shane, yes, if it doesn't challenge me, it doesn't change me. And I think, okay, so yes, it's challenging and it will change me, I know. And so Helen, don't put a call to action in your cover photo. That's what the button's for, the blue button. So, and other people, this is Helen's question. If you hadn't had a chance to see it in the group under Q&A, Helen's asked if we put a call to action on the cover photo and also say what problem we're solving. What I'm suggesting is that you put the problem that you're solving on the cover photo, or something like something like your slogan. So something that at a glance with a picture and with the words, people can see exactly what it is you're about. Now on my hypnotherapy page, and I've said to Helen, my tagline is the mind, a beautiful servant but a dangerous master. And because that's what hypnotherapy, NLP is all about, is actually around, you know, sort of taming your mind and getting the control of your mind. And so I loved that when I saw it, and I thought that in a nutshell speaks volumes about what it's about on my page. My call to action on my hypnotherapy page is watch video, and the reason I do that is yes, Fiona, working on your cover photo. Yeah, it's a work in progress. So hey Carrie Ann, welcome. It is absolutely a work in progress. And the reason I was going to just suggest, the reason I have watch video on my call to action button on my hypnotherapy with Adair page is because I want people to see me. I want people to get a sense of who I am. So with most services, actually with all services really, anything we do or we reach out for is usually because we have an issue that we want to have solved, or we have some pain point that we want to have relieved, or we have something that we want to get fixed. And hypnotherapy in particular, and I know we have quite a few the alternative healing modalities in this group, and they're a part of my avatar, so I actually do attract them quite strongly. But it doesn't mean that, you know, sort of the other people that aren't in the group won't be get value from the information as well. But when I work with clients, or when I want to present myself to clients, hypnotherapy I think is such a personal, or any of the therapies or any counselling, that type of thing, is such a personal service that you deliver to your clients, that you are I use Facebook to make sure that I connect with people and as many times as possible, so that it's like a I heard somewhere that you had to have 11 hours of face-to-face contact with somebody before they really felt that they knew you. Now 11 hours could include live like this, it could include face-to-face, it could include just pre-recorded videos or webinars. And so, Linda, that video, the linked one as a live feed. Hang on, let me just ask you what you mean about that. I just finished the sentence. You want to have this contact with people as many times or as many minutes or hours as you possibly can. Now, live video, I can't do live video on my feed if I have the call to action button as watch video, because it's got to be a pre-recorded one. So if that's what you're talking about, Linda, did I do that video, the linked one, as a live feed? You mean on my page? That one wasn't a live feed. I did that actually before, I reckon when it was just starting, when Facebook live video was just starting, so it wasn't a live feed. What I would do now is 99% of the time do a live streaming, and then I would repurpose that as a offline video, which I do when I do the Friday Facebook Fix. I do that in my group every Friday morning at 10:30 a.m. and I repurpose that. I upload it to YouTube, and then I repurpose that to my blog and my email list, and so that then becomes the pre-recorded stuff that I send out. Does that answer your question, Linda? And for the Helen, I'm going back, I know it might be all over the place here, but did I answer your question about the call to action being different from the words on the slogan on your cover picture. Okay, thanks to clarify, but could you also do it that way and save? What the beauty about doing live video, Linda, is that you will never get an opportunity like we have now for Facebook to tell you or tell your potential clients and customers and people that you want to reach that you are online and you're live. And people, if you do a pre-recorded one and put it up, you might maybe less than 3% of people, if it's on your page, less than 3% of people will get the post in their newsfeed. If you go live on your page, Facebook will tell a lot more people that you're live. So it's really right now, and I can't stress this enough, right now is the time to do live video. And if you're terrified of it, it's something that if you want to really scale it up here on Facebook, this is really what you need to do, is to and I think I said do the post, do it on your personal profile, set the settings to private, and then just practice until you feel comfortable. So Kerry Ann, has anyone used Smart Post to schedule posts, or what is a good app smartphone to assist with this? Okay, so you're looking at post scheduling on your page. Okay, Linda's has given it a go and it gets easier now. Theone, I think Linda's asking if she does a live video and links that particular video to use as her call to action. Can she then put it under? Oh yes, of course you can. You can put any video under your call to action. Thank you, Theone. It's like having your own in-house translator. Am I right? Now, Kerry Ann, we did have a discussion earlier about scheduling posts, and the Facebook native scheduler, if you're on your page, is the best possible one that you could use. It doesn't schedule to any other platform, obviously, but it gets more, it enjoys more reach if posts are scheduled natively from Facebook rather than from a third-party app. And live video is getting less scary. Yes, it absolutely is. And thank you, Theone, from both Linda and myself for interpreting that. So yeah, no, the more you do it, the better you get at it. And I just know when I first started doing live video, I would have to have a script, and if I had to do anything more than 3 minutes, I would probably choke. I would get all hot and flustered. I'd start dripping sweat, and I would actually terrified the bejesus out of me. It just freaked me out. And I would feel my heart would start pounding, and even now I get a little bit nervous still before going live. But I know that you guys have got my back, and I know what I know. So it's just a matter of going, just be authentic and trusting yourself that you know what you know, and that what you know is good stuff. And everybody has a message that is really worthwhile putting out there, and live video is never going to be better than what it is right now. So now, any other questions? I'm just having a look at I think I've covered the ones that have been put up here. And is there, okay, Theone, the first time you did live one, I suggested, I encouraged you, Theone, to do one after you did my workshop. Yes, and yes, but you actually, your first live video was like you were really cool, calm, and collected. You wouldn't have known if you were, scared or worried about it. So yes, you just have to do it. And Shane's saying, yes, some physiological responses of nervousness is the same as excitement. Perhaps you're excited for your live videos. There's probably a better word rather than saying nervous. Yes, I am excited for my live videos. I love doing it now. So and it's all fun. Oh, David, yes. Yes, you need a selfie stick mounted to your cleaning wand. That would be fun. Oh, what about a GoPro? You have a little GoPro on your head or something. Hang on. And Steve Henry, yes, get nervous every time you go live. It gets better. It really does. Absolutely, it does. In the boot camp, I'll be looking at delving deep into going live on Facebook, and it's really something that is really, really important that we get a handle on and we do it well. Now, do I recommend a strategy for Facebook Live? Yes, I do. I get the camera, pick it up, turn it on, and just do it. The strategy has to fit in with all of your general Facebook strategy. So if you go back to the let me see if I can find it here. Okay, if you go back to the House of Facebook, which I'm going to flick over. It's gone. I've got to look under photos. I tell you what, Facebook has the worst, did I say this before? The worst content management system that I have, you know, in terms of doing business on Facebook. It really has got a long way to go to get up to speed. But at the moment, no, I can't find. This one here, Shane, and addressing your question, I did redo this, and I've actually put games room and I've put an events room here. So this is the House of Facebook. If you think of Facebook as an entire business tool, you can go live in, you can't go live in Messenger yet, but you can go live in your personal profile. You can go live in events. So imagine that says events. Thank you to Nikki. You can go, don't know about instant articles yet. You can go live in groups. You can go live on your business or fan page. So just thinking about Facebook as a whole one business tool, and using every bit of every single room in Facebook, the House of Facebook, including your back veranda, to maximize your presence on Facebook, is actually going to, and using live is going to maximize it to the nth degree. Now, Shane is asking, this has to fit in with your strategy. And if your strategy is using Facebook as a business tool, then you've got your content planned out. And you've got your content planned out. You've got your it's scheduled, your different types of posts. What you're aiming to do is to add value. So there is a now Shane's going, how many Facebook lives over a week, month, and different style strategies? I guess the different styles and types. So if you use a content planner, now I've put that in the files. That one again is HubSpot. Social media content calendar. I'll link that tonight because I think that's important. That's here in the group, the content calendar, and that will give you, if you combine if you look at the blog, the Content Monster, and have a look at the different styles and types, Shane, in answer to your question, you can choose what resonates with your business, but you can also have mix it up with funny and inspirational posts as well, because like I said in the video this morning or last night when I did it, everybody loves inspirational posts and everybody loves funnies. So as far as how many, I would even go as far to say as if you can do one a day, that's doing pretty well. You must, when you do that, give value. I have seen, let me just show you this. I have seen the funniest, this will blow your mind, I know it will. See here, if you're in your menu on the left hand side, see here, it says live video. Click on that. And when it's thinking about it, I seriously need a new computer. My processor is so old on this, it's just got to open and shut 150 filing cabinets before it actually decides it's going to open the right drawer. Okay, so you can see here, when you're live, who else is on live around the world. Can you give me a thumbs up if you've actually seen this before, or is this a new thing? So this is something that not many people know about. So what it does, David, you've seen it before, yes? Because when people see this for the first time, one day of adding value. Are you challenging me? Sorry, Shane, I just caught that. Oh, okay, Hillary's now posted 2 inspirational posts, and one today and one a couple of days ago. Feeling pleased. Awesome. Henry, new to me. Shane, new. Karen, new. Mercedes, new. David, seen it. And Shane, is it accurate? No one else is live in Australia. This is as accurate as I can only tell you what, or show you what Facebook shows me. So I'm just going to zoom in a bit. I wonder if that's no. It's not showing me. I'm live. That's showing. It's Ronja Steph. So I'm assuming that it is. You need to zoom in, Shane, and you can see more. There we go. Let's zoom right in. See if we can find us. It's just taking its time. While that's doing that, the point I wanted to make was that when I first found this, and I was looking at what other people were live, who was live. I did the Zoom, Steve. My computer is so slow. It's still thinking. I could play some thinking music, or you could listen to me talk. When I first found this little feature, and I was just absolutely blown away, and I spent some time looking at it going, oh my God, this is awesome. And until I found this guy it was like a drag queen in California, and he had 8,000 people watching him had a wig on, ironing his hair or her hair, and was just talking, and it had 8,000 people. And I thought, wow, if this is something that people were going to hook into live, then there's a huge market. And I actually don't know if that's Steve. I'm looking now, I've zoomed in, and it's still saying that there's only one person live in Adelaide, and it's still saying it's Ronja Steph. So unless I don't know if it would know that I'm there or not. But it's a really interesting tool so you can get a handle on what sort of things people are streaming, because you can, let's see if I can just scroll out a little bit. Either it's inaccurate, or there are only 30 people or so in Australia that are currently live. So it's very slow. Or that most people aren't using Facebook Live yet. Shane, I think there's, you're probably right that I would imagine there's probably a lag time here. I actually haven't looked at the stats, but I will now you mention it, because I don't know that it is entirely accurate, but it would give you an idea of who is on. And if you have a look at the global picture, there's 150 people watching this from right across the globe. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. It is getting traction But right now, I don't think Facebook is getting as much traction on the Facebook Live as what it would like to. And I suspect the reason for that is because people are terrified of live video. And you know, like most people would rather, what do they say, give the eulogy or be in the coffin than give the eulogy at a funeral, because they're terrified of speaking in public. And speaking in public in an environment like this, when you're just talking at something with very little coming back, I think can be quite terrifying. And it takes and it's probably why, you know, if public speaking was easy, everybody would be doing it. So I think there's a lot to be said for, there's 1.8 billion people on Facebook, and I would suspect that there are more live than what is shown here, but I also suspect that there aren't as many as what there could be. So did that answer your question, Shane? David's playing thinking music. Thank you. Okay, only a handful of people I am friends with go live. No more than 8 out of 1,150 friends. Good point. And Steve says, it may depend on how many people are watching me. I didn't think that had anything to do with it, but I could actually. No, you, Steve and Shane, you've actually brought up some really good points. I'm just going to have to, yeah, I've been challenged again. I'm going to have to track this one down, so and get some more information about the live and the stats and why we're only looking at half a dozen dots over the world when there's so many billions of people, 1.8 billion people on Facebook. There should be more. There should be more, and there is a course for that. There is actually boot camp starting on the 23rd of January. I'll have all the answers by then. Totally will. And Elise is terrified. Yes, it's okay, because most of us, I think, start from the space of being terrified, and that's one of the things that that we do. We'll be looking at in the bootcamp course is getting people to be comfortable with seeing themselves on camera and being on camera, because it really is, again, I cannot stress it enough. So, was there any more questions or comments about the live? Shane, you've got me busy, which is good. Like I said, love a challenge. I have done a couple of posts in the group that have just come up. I just wanted to call your attention to this one, because when I was talking about that a couple of days ago, about your people and place, people and other pages post, about when you get the list of the names of people who like your page or your fans come up. This is also an issue for the Queen of Facebook, Mari Smith, and so I thought I'd share it straight across. I did put a post in the leaders group and asked the leaders there that about that, because especially after you said that you'd been having some issues with it as well. So it is a face bug, and it will be resolved. I've asked Mari to, you know, I'll just be stalking her page like I do on an almost daily basis to find out when she's got a resolution to it, and if or it might just fix itself. So now David says, one teacher actually told me to have a shot of scotch before I gave a speech. I love it. I love it. I'm going to have to stick with water because I'm a non-drinker, but you know what? It'll be really interesting. Have just a shot of scotch and then go for it. So maybe if you're a non-drinker, maybe a bit of meditation, and you know, sort of or for NLP practitioners, there's nothing like a good confidence anchor to get you going there. So, which is taught to me by Shane and Jess. Thank you. Thanks, Shane. Judy is here. Oh, Helen, sorry they couldn't make it earlier. Watch the replay. All sounds awesome. And Helen knows a great course about public speaking. Course, yes. We could give a little plug for Unleash Your Inner Speaker, couldn't we? So, And you only did that when you're... Oh, did you have a shot of scotch when you were a chairperson of a kindy and had to give a speech at the 50-year anniversary fete? The director gave me a double before I went on. Then your care factor is zilch. All right. Okay, guys, is there any more questions? I'm about to wind it up. I can't believe it. I could talk for nearly an hour. This is just so... Oh, I'm loving it. I'm really, really loving it. And I'm loving being challenged. I'm loving the questions. And I'm just loving, like, learning as well and sharing with you what I learn. So on that note, remember to use the Q&A in the group, the hashtag Q&A, and what I will do the next couple of days are going to be pretty busy for me, so I won't be able to get into the group during the day, but I'll have a look at the questions before I come live. So if you have questions, pop them in there, and I'll look at them, and I'll be able to answer them. And Linda's loving the learning. Sweet. Thank you. Appreciate your feedback. Just a reminder, do what Nikki did. When you do this stuff, it actually helps reinforce your learning. As I learned doing the NLP hypnotherapy, reinforcing your learning is to go over it straight away, and go over that by doing what I suggest in the videos each day, and then post what you've done in the group, so we can be accountable to ourselves, and we can hold each other accountable for our successes and for getting this really happening, and using the energy and the momentum that's in the group already, because this is I think really special, folks, because you're not going to get this anywhere like we've got it here right now. I think it's just amazing that we can do this, and that I can come to you live. We can have all this interaction. I get such a buzz out of it. So be accountable, do the suggestions, and you'll find that by the end of the week you'll build your own momentum, and you'll want to keep going. And Louise, I got such a buzz out of that when you go, oh, that's awesome, because she was enthused and motivated to keep going. On that note, I'm going to leave it, and have a great night. And I'm about to head over to the neighbours, actually. She wants me to shift some stones little river pebbles out of her garden. So I'll be putting on the work clothes and heading over to help the neighbour in her garden. Or maybe I'll do the next video before I do that. Otherwise you'll see me all sweaty and covered in dirt. I'll see you tomorrow.